Hello, my name is Andrew Cohen, and today I'm going to teach you how to fix a condition we see all of the time in our practice, plantar fasciitis. Sometimes people call it plantar fasciosis or even heel spurs. I've worked with amateur runners to Olympic gold medalists, and this is something almost every athlete fears. It's oftentimes poorly managed. Now let's dig into it. Plantar fasciitis is really one of those annoying conditions that sticks around forever. People complain that they've had it for years, or maybe it went away for a bit and then just boomeranged and came right back as soon as they start to run. It's typical to have the sharp pain first thing in the morning, or if you've been sitting for a while, maybe watching a movie and you get up to go to the bathroom or get some popcorn, then that's when it's going to be really irritating. If that's what you have, this is the right video for you. So I have to explain what is a fascia and what is plantar fasciitis. Plantar fasciitis is an irritation on the tissue on the bottom of the foot. It's basically this thick, not very vascular tissue that holds the arches in place. It's really thick, and as you can see in this picture, there are 26 bones in your foot. If these bones get jammed or move in the wrong position, or if you're wearing the wrong shoes, perhaps heels or climbing shoes or tight-fitting biking shoes, it can really irritate those joints and the fascia on the bottom of the foot. If you look here, there's this little arch. If that arch isn't supported the way it should be, when you're running or walking extensively, and your shoes don't support you, it will spread out all the bones of the foot, thus overstretching the fascia. We often see this in people who wear heels, which are shaped to look good, but not shaped to support the foot at all. Again, the situation is the same if you're wearing biking shoes or climbing shoes. One of my favorite tests to check out whether or not your arches are holding your foot where it should be is called the shower test. It looks at how your arches are currently supporting your foot. I really love this test because it lets us know quickly whether or not the issue is with our arches. Because if it's not that, then it means there's something going on in the joints of the foot. There can be an issue with the arches and the bones in the foot, but knowing if you have an arch problem means we can start to address it at home with simple approaches like insoles or custom orthotics. Next time you're about to take a shower, get a large box, cut it open, and lay it flat in front of your shower entrance. Then, when you go to step out of your shower, allow everything below the knees to stay wet. This will allow you to walk quickly over the cardboard naturally, and then when you look at the cardboard after, you can see an imprint of where your foot is and how much of the foot is supported. Ideally, we want your arch to look like this and not look like this. If your arch looks like this, that means your arches aren't being supported, and it makes total sense that your issue is really persistent or reoccurring. Again, we want your arch to look like this and not this. If your arch isn't supported, this is a great time for you to try insoles or custom orthotics. Stop it. Don't roll your eyes. I know people have a lot of strong opinions about orthotics, and I'm going to walk you through why. Most of it has to do with the way old school orthotics were made. Basically, the orthotics our parents used were hard pieces of plastic. Some of them even had metal in them. And they didn't allow your foot to move the way that it should. So they were painful, especially at the beginning, and especially when they were exercising. They didn't allow your foot to move in a biomechanically effective way. You want your orthotics and your shoes to have some amount of give so that all 26 bones in the foot can absorb shock and move properly. The first at-home treatment I recommend is rolling your foot with a lacrosse ball, or make it even better, a frozen water bottle, or the very best thing I found is called a KT Recovery Plus ball. And you can freeze it and roll your foot when you're sitting. This is a great way to loosen up the bottom of the foot and get you more movement. Now, the first thing you want to do is hover over the area that is more tender. So for me, it's right here. So you want to start there and then stay for about 15 to 20 seconds, putting a decent amount of pressure. When it starts to loosen up, then you start to roll concentric circles around that spot, and it looks like this. That further loosens it up. If you can just roll in those two ways for the next 10 days, you should see a significant improvement. Shoot for about 3 minutes max a day of rolling though. Don't overdo it. Another great and easy treatment is self-massage. So you want to bend your leg 90 degrees and massage that area that's really bugging you. If you're going over a sock, your finger will slide pretty well. If you're without a sock, then you want to try using coconut oil or massage oil, which are both really great to allow your fingers to smoothly slide on the skin. And you want to try to go around the areas that are irritated. The fascia comes from the heel and to all of the toes. We want to try to go through the whole fascia. So I like to start in the back at the heel, at this inside of the arch, and move in this direction. And you're working towards the toes slowly. It should take about 5 minutes to work all the way down through the length of the toes. The second thing to try is an Achilles and calf stretch. Now, the Achilles comes down and attaches into the plantar fascia. So almost all of your calf muscles and Achilles are intricately tied into your plantar fascia. If your calves and your Achilles are really tight, that will tighten the bottom of your foot. You can do this simply against the wall, and I'll talk you through what that looks like. So get against the wall a few feet away from it. In this case, I'm about 3 feet away. Lean into the wall. Keep your spine as straight as you can, and you'll step back and kind of lean forward and bend your elbows, which helps you get closer to the wall. Try bending the knee, and that stretches the deeper calf muscles. And you're going to do that holding it for about 15 to 20 seconds. Now, it's really important that you do the same thing on the opposite side. Even though your issues may just be on one side, we want to be proactive, yes, pun intended, to make sure that this doesn't jump to the other side, because we see this commonly jump from side to side. Again, bend your knees as you go forward. And if you want to advance this move, you'll do this and swing your leg forward, which sort of mimics a phase of walking or a phase of gait as you're stretching. That's a more complicated movement, but it does get a deeper stretch. And you try to reach your swing foot across the side that you're stretching, which helps kind of lift up some of the arches of the foot. And I'll show you that again on what we're calling the bad side, which is like this. And you'll do it both with the leg stretched and with the leg bent a little bit going forward. And that's something that should feel a lot better within 10 to 15 days of doing that exercise. The last thing that you need to try is a game changer. It's using a plantar stretch device when you're sleeping. This is a version of what we just did against the wall, but it's going to keep that stretch overnight. So it stretches the calf, the Achilles, and the foot for hours. And that makes for an even longer lasting effect. So Try all these out, and that should improve the condition significantly if it's an issue in the muscles or the arches of the foot. If not, you may be a good candidate for orthotics. Most of you will see a great deal of relief from these exercises and home tips. But if you're one of those unlucky people, I am sorry. I know it can be so frustrating when you try everything and nothing seems to work. But don't give up. I want you to get back to doing the things that you love. The key thing now is to make sure you find a great doctor. So I would suggest you start with a sports specialist. Now, a sports specialist understands your motivation and determination to get back to what it is that you love. What does that mean? When you're searching for a chiropractor or orthopedist or a PT, make sure that you look for someone who's specializing in sports. Typically that means they're really good at extremities, and equally important, they're good at giving you customized home treatment for you to move the needle even faster. We found in our office the top 3 things that really move the needle is FDM, Graston technique, and ART. So FDM is really focused on the fascia. Plantar Fasciitis, it's dealing with the fascia. So it's a specific type of soft tissue technique that breaks it down and makes sure that your muscles are moving the way that they should. Now, Graston, on the other hand, you're using an instrument, you're sliding it over the tissue. It's a stainless steel instrument, and that helps break down the scar tissue. ART, in a similar way, helps elongate the tissue. So none of them work for everyone. So you want to find a doctor who has a few tools in their tool belt, because that means they're going to be able to dig into what it is that you have going on. Let's talk a little bit more about that. If you're seeing a great doctor, especially if they specialize in sports, you should see a difference in about 4 visits. With that said, I need to remind you that plantar fasciitis and plantar fasciosis is a doozy. And I don't use that word lightly. So that means this is one of the more stubborn conditions. This is not something that will magically go away in 1 or 2 visits. This is a situation in which slow and steady wins the race. And making sure that as we're healing this area, we're giving you rehab tools to strengthen and improve the arches so that this doesn't show up again. This is something that usually will take anywhere from 10 to 12 visits to really knock out. So make sure that you find an awesome provider who's used to dealing with plantar fasciitis, because they're gonna keep the ball rolling slow and steady. And you're gonna be doing the home exercises all the while. Don't give up. We really know that you're gonna get back to running and playing basketball and doing all the things that you love in no time. I hope you have a better understanding of what plantar fasciitis is, how to diagnose its origin and treat it at home, and who you should be seeing to get this fixed up if you have one of those stubborn son of a guns. Again, we never want you to give up on doing what it is that you love. Get back to running, get back to climbing, basketball, soccer, or whatever it is that keeps you feeling young and vibrant. These tools for sure should help you get back there. If you like the video, please subscribe. We love to hear your updates. Your comments really help us shape future videos. So make sure that you put a comment in, let us know what worked for you and what didn't. If you happen to be in the Bay Area, feel free to check out our website and book a free consultation. Thank you so much, and we appreciate you watching.